Alright, I know I'm jumping on this bandwagon. I've held off since December, but it's time that I give my 2 cents on the state of Star Wars. I have to. This is the most beloved movie franchise, 40 plus years, and I feel like it's in the matter of one movie. I know this happened with the prequels, but this is like different. This is legit, like, this is causing boycotts of Solo. Like, I know this kind of happened with Attack of the Clones when the prequels came out. People, they watched the trailer and they weren't impressed, and then they weren't impressed with the Phantom Menace, so they just didn't even care for the next Star Wars movie. Which, I mean, people, if you waste their time, which Ryan Johnson, you're probably not going to watch this, but if you do, you wasted people's time and money. You did. Yeah, I know you probably think you made like a beautiful masterpiece with The Last Jedi. You were getting there. You were getting there, but you fucked up. You fucked it up. You fucked up. First of all, fucking Snoke. Why? Why the fuck would you cut Snoke in half? You are literally building him up in episode 7. Not Ryan Johnson, but JJ was building him up as this mysterious figure. He's been around since before the Clone Wars, and he's been around in the shadows. It's like, oh shit, we want to know more about this guy. Cuts him in half. Spoiler alert, y'all probably already know this. Cut him in half. And to confirm the death, they zoom into his face with his tongue sticking out. A big fuck you to the fans. What is it, after a dope ass throne room fight with Kylo and Rey against his like guards or whatever the fuck they're called, you do another fuck you with Rey's lineage. You literally say Rey's parents are nobodies. I get the idea what they're trying to do there. You don't gotta be special to be, you don't gotta be from the Skywalker lineage to be special. I get it. They're trying to branch out, which yeah, that didn't really come off cool to me. At least give her, literally, that was so anticlimactic. Like, I felt like they knew what they were doing with this, because Kylo was so dead when he said it. He's just like, yeah, your parents are nobody. It's like, search your feelings, you know it to be true. They're nobody. Just get over it. And it's like a fuck you to the fans, and then Kylo's like, join me. And then you're just like, oh shit, they might actually join forces and create like the Grey Jedi as like the main force wielding thing. They like balance it, like the actual balance they talked about in the prequels. What they do? Fuck you to the fans for like the, for me it was the 3rd time, but for a lot of people it's probably like the 100th time in that movie that they fucked over the fans. But yeah, they had Rey run off with the rebellion again. Then they're slowly building up a connection between Rey and Kylo towards the end, some more, solidifying that there might be a romantic relationship. I don't know. I've read some of the leaks because I really don't give a fuck about episode 9. If it gets spoiled, I don't care, because there's nothing to spoil. Then be like, oh, Snoke is actually Plagueis, or Rey is actually, I don't know, fucking Starkiller's daughter. I don't know if that would work out in the timeline, or how that would work. Or fucking Luke Skywalker comes back as a Force ghost, because Mark Hamill's already, I swear I read somewhere that confirmed he doesn't want to come back because Harrison's gone and Carrie sadly passed away. But I just can't. I just can't. Oh man, I just can't right now. This is ridiculous that a franchise I've loved for so long is just this. I know I'm turned into a rant. I'm slowly turned into every other Star Wars channel, people that love Star Wars on this platform, but I'm disappointed. But Solo did rekindle the flame a little bit for me as a Star Wars fan, which a lot of people, they either hate it, they boycotted it, or is meh. For me, I liked it. I mean, for what it was and for the horrible rumors I heard, it was pretty a-okay. And it just sucks a good movie. Like, I actually agree with Ron Howard. I know he's defending his art, which I get it, I respect that, but people shouldn't boycott the next movie that really has little to no connection with the Last Jedi, which there are some, but Han Solo isn't in The Last Jedi. Spoiler alert, dies in The Force Awakens, which I thought it was a pretty good death for him. A lot of people don't agree with that, but I do. I will stick firm to that that was a good death for Han. But yeah, with the community that is literally hating on everyone that they could hate on in the Star Wars creative team, period, it seems like it's just, I feel like Disney's slowly getting the momentum back. I mean, I feel like after episode 9, after that is when they're really gonna start being like, okay, we need to do something. But I don't know what they're doing now. But Disney, you need to get a hold of Lucasfilm and tell them to fucking write out a story. Like, if you have to, in between trilogies, release like an half-ass anthology film that ain't really as creative or anything. Actually, no, I take that back. Release a decent anthology film, or a good one. Release the Kenobi, and release a Boba Fett one, and give the fans what they want, and be like, okay, they're listening. Make it a damn good 2 movies. You do that, you'll bring the fans back in. Once you do this, the fans will probably slowly be lured back into Star Wars. It'll kind of erase the past a little bit with the prequels and episode 8, and I know I'm not trying to hate on 9 before it comes out, but I feel like 9 might not be as good. And from the leaks I'm hearing, whew, that's a damn trip of a movie. From what I've heard from like just the first half of the movie, I'd probably walk out of the fucking theater, because that's fucking ridiculous what I read in the leaks. Which I think they scrapped it. Thank God they did, because some of that stuff does not need to be in Star Wars. Not in the main trilogy. That's ridiculous. But, yeah, just Solo doesn't deserve to be boycotted. It doesn't. It really... I know this is a rant/review with certain things. I've tried to steer away from this type of content, but I just can't anymore. I have to give my 2 cents, and I just, hopefully this reaches out to somebody at Lucasfilm, which it won't. I'm a small ass channel, it probably won't, but you know how it goes on YouTube. One video can blow up 1 second, and the others can get low views. You just never know. But I just want other Star Wars channels that do watch this to know that you don't have to hate on Star Wars to get views. Please. There's too much of it. That's like Fortnite right now. People are making buttloads of money just saying Fortnite sucks, Fortnite's dying, Fortnite's this, Fortnite's that. Fortnite's the trend right now. That's where everyone's making their money at. I feel like that's where Star Wars channels are now. Not all of them. There are a lot that are sticking to their roots, explaining lore, showing love for Star Wars. They do express their criticisms, which I fully respect that. They deserve to have their criticisms. But for the fans that fully outright hate the movies just for doing a couple fuck-ups and completely hate the movies, and they're wanting to abandon the franchise and don't want to support it further along, just keep this in mind. When Marvel first started, from what I heard, it was a pretty weak few movies. It was pretty weak. They didn't have a lot of characters in the MCU that they had established. They had Iron Man, I think, was the first one. I think Iron Man and Captain America were like the 2 main ones. I mean, I heard they're really good movies, don't get me wrong, but compared to where it is now, it seemed like it was a weak start, but they built up their momentum over time, which I don't know. I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I wasn't into it back then coming up of age, but I'm just gonna say that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true, so any Marvel fan that comes across this, take this with a grain of salt. Like you hear everything on the internet, take everything you hear on the internet with a grain of salt. Just do that, please. But yeah, just I had to get this shit off my mind. This is more of a rant video. I know that I don't really do these types of videos, but it just kind of pisses me off. I get on YouTube and I watch for entertainment. And I'm tired of seeing the same old shit. It just feels like Star Wars is just a hate train for movies right now. People just hate The Last Jedi. They hate Solo. It's like, what was so bad about Solo that, what, Harrison Ford didn't play Han Solo? Well, get this, it's a fucking young Han Solo movie. Harrison Ford's like, what, in his 70s now? 60s, 70s? Yeah, that'd be kind of hard to pull off a young Han Solo. But, you know, people are whatever now. I don't know what the Star Wars community is. I mean, I've heard about the shit from the prequels. I was really young when that shit happened. But, I don't feel like the prequels deserve the hate they got from what I've heard. And The Force Awakens, it got its fair share of hate. But, I mean, I get it. It was pretty much like a quote-unquote remaster, remake, remix, whatever terminology you want to use, of A New Hope, which I like that. I feel like that was a good way to bait people in the Star Wars. And then I felt like The Last Jedi was going to be it would just steal the show. It would steal it. Nope. It stole the show for freaking hating on Star Wars. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to be able to watch a Star Wars video without someone saying, fuck The Last Jedi, boycott Solo, fuck Kathleen Kennedy. I'm getting tired of it. Like, I just want to see something refreshing and new. Like, I just hear the same old complaints. It's like no one can think their own opinions about the movies. Like, everyone complains about, that's not the Luke Skywalker I know. For one, Luke is an old man. An old man. And look at it like this. He was the reason. Okay, think of it from Luke's point of view as his character arc in The Last Jedi. He was the reason why Kylo turned on him, Leia, and Han. He took Kylo away. He got seduced by Snoke. And he had to kill him, because he felt the dark side in him. Imagine that for a second. Imagine you have a nephew. You're really close with your sister. And her son, you take him away for years. And then you're forced on a decision to either A, keep him alive. And he kills millions, thousands, millions, however many people Luke thought he was going to kill. Or you kill it right there. That's a dark fucking decision to make. Which, I'm not defending Rian Johnson on any creative action. I'm just stating the obvious here, that if you were in Luke's position, you would probably wanna, you probably wouldn't want to kill yourself or just want to go to the island to die, but you would feel really fucking bad that you tried to kill your sister's son. Not on purpose, not like I hate him so much, but it's just like that one, I forgot what it's called. It's like that one psychology thing with you say the few what was it? Something about the few and the many. Like, kill the few to save the many, which in Luke's situation, that's what he was at. He was at a crossroads. He didn't know whether or not he should kill Ben and save the tens of thousands to millions, or let him live and let him kill people. Either ways, people were going to die. like at the hands of someone. Someone was going to kill someone. As we see, Luke did try to kill him, and that's why Kylo has like that evil image of Luke in his head, because Luke sensed the dark side in him, tried to kill Kylo before he could act on these temptations, but in the end that further pushed Kylo to the dark side. I feel it's kind of like Anakin and the Jedi Council in the prequels. All Anakin wanted to do was save Padme, but everyone pushed him away from that. They were pushing him further and further away from his objective. All he wanted to do was save the love of his life, his wife, the person he cared more than anything in the entire galaxy. And people are trying to take that away from him or stand in the way of that. If you were in Anakin's situation and you loved someone that much, you probably would do the same thing. Which, that's why I always like Star Wars. There's these characters that have deep motivations and thought out plots that I like. And I was actually really, the first month, I didn't really think upon Luke's character too much. I just thought that he was a bitter old man for what he's been through, which that's still what I stick with. And I took in consideration that they did ruin Luke's character, but they didn't. They really didn't. I don't understand why people say that. That they feel that the Luke they knew is gone. I mean, Luke in like the Return of Jedi, he's in his like late 20s, early 30s, was he? I don't know. And now he's an old man, pretty much. Like, he's probably tired, he's weak, he's disconnected from the Force. He's trying his hardest to stay away from what's caused him so many burdens in the past. He feels like he took the only thing that kept Han and Leia together away from him, made them split up. Those students under Luke died because of Luke's actions. Which, that's how Luke felt. That's kind of like how Obi-Wan went in isolation after Anakin turned to the dark side. He felt ashamed, but also he had to protect Luke. But in Luke's situation, Luke was just ashamed of himself, period. Like, he kind of was more like Yoda in this sense of this embarrassment. It wouldn't even be embarrassment, but the regret of what he did. Which, I know this has turned into like a deep video, but man, did I feel for Luke in that movie? I did. And it just sucks that people can't really see that. And another thing I will say is that The Empire Strikes Back was not really well received back in the day by fans, and now it's praised as the greatest Star Wars movie ever. I've heard a lot of people say this, which, yeah, I'd say this movie will be not the best, but it will be ranked higher to generations to come, probably. But anyway, that will wrap this video up. If you liked it, like, subscribe, all that shit, you know what to do. Anyways, deuces.